Hi everyone, and welcome to today's MNA orientation webinar. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm joined by my colleague Mario.
Hello everyone.
And we're going to be getting started so that we can take you through all of the information that we have today. We're so happy you've joined us. The point of today's webinar is to give you an overview of all the MNA member benefits that are available to you. If you're a new member, welcome to MNA. We're happy to have you. If you're on the phone and aren't a member yet, that's okay too. It's a good way to learn more about what's available to you and how you access it. If you happen to be a business member who's on the phone, you can certainly gain a lot of information from today's webinar. However, we won't spend a lot of time on the business member specific benefits. So if you need additional information on that, we can certainly follow up afterwards. But we are going to be going through quite a bit of information and quite quickly today. Don't feel like you have to, memorize everything and write it all down. First off, we are recording the webinar today, and we will show you where to find the recording on the website. And besides that, we're always here to help. So hopefully in 3 to 6 months, if you're looking to use one of the resources, you have some recollection of hearing about it on today's webinar, and you're able to reach out to us and at that time ask for more information about how you access that specific resource. Do feel free to use the question box or the chat function to ask things throughout the webinar. We will address questions at the end, but if there's some simple questions that we can address as we go through today's webinar, we will try to do that as well. So let's get started. MNA was incorporated in 1990. This 2020 is our 30th anniversary year. We serve more than 750 member organizations statewide. We do that through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy, all things you'll learn more about on today's webinar. As I mentioned, my name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director. You can see my contact information is there. I'm also joined by Mario, who's our Client Service Coordinator. You can see his picture on the right there. Another member of our stakeholder engagement team is Bill Gesseman. He's our Strategic Growth Officer. So just a few of putting some names to faces there and to voices. As I mentioned, one of the ways that we serve the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy. We do this by focusing on issues that affect the full nonprofit sector, things like tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaboration. My colleague Joan Gustafson, our External Affairs Officer, is really our policy guru. So if you're ever interested in talking with Joan, I can show you where to find her contact information in the event that maybe you're dealing with a policy-related issue or just have questions on that. She loves to talk with nonprofits about that. So now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the MNA website. Hopefully you're slightly familiar with our website, and take you through the member benefits that are available to you and how you access them. So the first thing I always recommend for people to do is when you come to the website, come up to this top right-hand corner and click Member Login. This will allow you to access all of the MNA member benefits without being prompted to log in during your time on the site. One good thing to mention is that MNA membership is an organizational-wide membership. So that means anyone in your organization, staff members, board members, even key volunteers, could access the resources that MNA provides. It's up to you as an organization how you manage that. You could set up one username and password and share it amongst various users, or you could, through your online account, set up all different usernames and passwords. As you can see under that login button, there are links for forgot username and forgot password, as well as some helpful quick little online videos to watch for some common issues that people have. If you can't troubleshoot or can't get into your account and aren't having luck troubleshooting, just give us a call. Mario usually fields those calls, and he's happy to help you get access to your account. We certainly want you to be able to log in online. That's how you get access to all of your member benefits, and we really want you to engage with that throughout the year. So once you've logged in, you're on the member dashboard. There's some quick links here that you can get to. There's also some helpful links on this left side. I'm going to show you a few of those just so that you kind of know where stuff is and how to get to it. So membership details, this is going to be what's included on your account. As you can see, the name of your organization, stuff like address, your mission statement, etc. If you scroll down here, you'll see there's also an area for contacts. This is where you would add and set up new contacts with usernames and passwords. If they have administrative status, it means they can do everything from adding and removing new contacts to renewing your membership when the time comes. Speaking of that, the membership renewal is below your contacts list, and when your renewal is up, you would have an option here to pay that right online. So that's what you can find under member details. MNA member discount codes, anytime you want to access a product or a service or an event at a discounted rate, you'll want to come to this page to get your MNA member discount code, and then you can follow the links for that appropriate benefit to go back and register or purchase the thing that you're trying to get access to. Also on the left, there's a link for Edit Login Profile. This is where you can change your username and password to something that makes sense for you. Again, I'd encourage you to change it to something that you're going to remember, that maybe you don't have to look up every time you access the website, just to provide a seamless process there and one less barrier to you getting logged in. So that's a little bit about what you can find once you get logged in, and now we'll keep on going. So when you get to the website under membership, the second tab here, Nonprofit Resources, that's where all your member benefits are listed. We're going to come back to that and spend quite a bit of time in that area. And I'm going to show you a few things over here starting on the far right, just so you know where they are and how to find them. Under Who We Are, you can click on Staff, and here you can get a full staff listing, including phone numbers and emails. I would encourage you, if you're reaching out to us, to reach out to someone directly who can help field your requests, and if they're not the right person, they will pass your request along to the most appropriate person to help you out. Another area in this menu you want to check out is Get Connected. Get Connected is where you can sign up for our e-newsletters and stay up to date with MNA's events and happenings. We are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, so you can follow us there if you prefer. And right here, sign up for e-newsletters using this button here. We have a few different ones. Our My Nonprofit News is our most general e-newsletter. It comes out every other Friday morning. Includes information on the nonprofit sector, trainings, public policy updates, etc. Public policy action alerts only come out when we're asking nonprofits to take action, and we will be talking a little bit more about the Michigan Nonprofit Job Center email here, but this is where you sign up for those e-newsletters. Another way that MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through technology services. And I'm going to turn it over to Mario to tell us a little bit more about that.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. One of the ways MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through our technology services, also known as MNA Tech. The team here at MNA Tech is very knowledgeable and personable. If you happen to be the accidental techie in your office and maybe you don't want to continue being that sole resource, or there's something that you have a need for related to tech, please consider reaching out to MNA Tech. They can assist with things like technology planning, managing your servers, and various other technological related items. The team is extremely helpful and can even be reached through their direct hotline for those unexpected problems that spring up around the office. More details can be found under that Technology Services tab on our webpage, and on your screen there is that hotline that I referred to earlier. I'm going to bounce it back to Sarah now to review our civic engagement.
Thanks, Mario. Yeah, as I mentioned, MNA serves a nonprofit through civic and community engagement. Our big initiative right now is Census 2020. I hope you've heard something about the upcoming census. It's critical that Michigan gets a fair and accurate count. Those census numbers affect us both at a congressional representation at the federal level, as well as lots of money that comes into the state, which is, of course, very often important to nonprofits because they receive that money via different federal grants, and it helps provide services to Michigan's community residents. So MNA in particular has partnered with nonprofits around the state of Michigan because we feel that nonprofits are very often trusted and really great community resources in some of the communities that have harder to count populations, traditionally hard to count populations, which include young children, homeless population, elderly people, and people of color. So it is really, like I said, very, very critical that we get a fair and accurate count. We have lots of resources for nonprofits on this Be Counted Michigan 2020 website. Also, if you're looking for more of just general public information that's available to the users of, or the takers of the census, what to expect, etc., you can check out myvoicecounts.com. I think .org. We're going to double check, but it's myvoicecounts.org, and again, that's a really great resource to show kind of what you can expect in the upcoming census. One of the ways that we serve in civic and community engagement is also through our AmeriCorps Vista program. Vistas dedicate a year of their life to serving nonprofits. They do this through capacity building services, and we place about 30 Vistas each year at nonprofits around the state of Michigan. So if you're interested in learning more about that, certainly reach out for that as well. I'm going to scroll over one column to the left and go to our research and publications. So we have lots of helpful information that can be found and purchased from MNA that will help you in managing your nonprofit. First is our Michigan Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Report. We do this report every 2 years, and what it is, it starts with a survey of the nonprofit sector where we ask nonprofits to tell us about the different positions they have, how they pay those different positions, what they provide them in benefits, etc. We turn around, we take all that survey data collected, and we crunch the numbers and put it into this compensation and benefit report. What you end up with in the report then, in this particular version of it, is 78 different positions commonly found in nonprofits. So you can check out a position and see, again, what they're being paid, what they're receiving as benefits, etc. It can be a really useful tool for creating a competitive compensation and benefit package. The data gets broken down by position, but then also by region, by subsector, and that allows you to really get down to granular level data. So if you're an arts and organization in the Southeast Michigan area and you're looking to hire a development director, you can actually see what others in that area are being paid. Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual is my favorite resource to talk about because it is very, very practical and useful. It is a manual. You wouldn't read it from start to finish. You would use the great table of contents and index to find answers to really common nonprofit questions, but it includes topics like HR, insurance, evaluation, fund development, etc. And MNA members receive a discount on this publication of $75. Non-members would pay $95. I was remiss in not mentioning the discount on the compensation and benefit report. As you can see here, members pay $165 as opposed to non-members who pay $270. If you scroll down, there's a lot of free publications there that you can download. I want to point out here, almost toward the bottom, our MNA Links magazine. You will start receiving this as an MNA member to your mailbox. It comes out once every quarter. But if you want to check out past editions, you can look here and access that information online. Another great resource to know about is the Nonprofit Advocacy, a Michigan primer. If you are looking to step into advocacy and you're wondering what the rules for nonprofits are, this is a really great guide. It's really written in an easy way to understand as well. So check that out. You can download that for free. So I'm going back up to the top of the page and to our public policy and advocacy menu. We've talked about this a little bit already, so I'll just point out a couple of brief things here on this first page. It does include some interesting information on what our policy agenda kind of circles around, those subcategories there. And then also under here, I want to point out the Michigan Nonprofit Caucus. This is a bipartisan and bicameral group of legislators, so that means both Republicans and Democrats from the House and the Senate make up our nonprofit caucus and help to advocate for things that affect the nonprofit sector in the state legislature. If you scroll down on this page, you'll see the 2019-20 legislative agenda and the items that are being focused on there as well. If you are in the Southeast Michigan area, check out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council. They have regular meetings, and as a member, you would be invited to attend those meetings. So you can definitely check out that and get more involved that way. All right, we're going to come over and start over under the membership tab, and I'm turning it back over to Mario to tell us a little bit about MNA's Job Center.
Hey, thanks, Sarah. So as she mentioned, under that membership tab, you'll be able to find what we call the Nonprofit Job Center. This is one of our frequently used resources here at MNA. There are a few different ways that you can interact with the Job Center. One way is simply browsing what jobs are available in the Michigan nonprofit sector by clicking on the current job postings link right here. That'll bring up the listings for all of the most recent jobs that have been posted in the past 30 days. It gives you more details about where they're located, as well as the position description and ways to apply. So that's one way you can get interacted with and engaged with our nonprofit job center. Another way is also great for a nonprofit leader who's looking to hire someone in Michigan. If you have a job opening or opportunity that you want to post to our online audience, as well as through our e-newsletters, all you have to do is click on the submission form found here under this Employers tab. Make sure you read through the information that we have listed below in terms of rates for members versus non-members, as well as how long it will be featured and where it's going to be included. I can go ahead and read off some of this information. The rates are $75 for a single 30-day posting for MNA members and $165 for non-members with an upcharge for logo inclusion. We strongly encourage you to post an opening with our Job Center, as our e-newsletter reaches about 6,000 e-newsletter subscribers each week. So it's a great way to broadcast your opportunity, and as you can see on your screen, the submission form is fairly simple and easy and relatively painless. That's another great way you can get involved and interacted and engaged with our nonprofit job center. Another way you can engage is by getting signed up for the weekly email blast that goes out every Friday morning that has been mentioned a few times. The best way to do that is go ahead and click on this link right here under the jobs and internship seekers. Go ahead and fill out the information. Make sure you select which preferences you have for which e-newsletter you want to receive. And you can go ahead and complete the information, and your information will be saved, and within the next cycle, you should be included in that email blast. It's a great way to stay up to date on positions available if you're looking for a job, if you're looking to build out a job description. It's also a great way to see what others in the sector are saying for their job description. Those are 3 different ways you can interact with our nonprofit job center. I will now hand it back off to Sarah, just once again to talk a little bit more about your additional M&A benefits.
Great. Thanks, Mario. So as I mentioned, now we're back under membership and nonprofit resources. This is the area that contains all of the M&A member benefits that you have access to. So up at the top, we always include a featured benefit. Right now, it is our salary visualization tool. This is an online portal that gives you access to various charts and other ways to visualize this data. And the cool thing about it is you can do a lot of tweaking with it and kind of make it with what you want if you're looking for a certain specific position or a certain geographic area. It's a totally free tool for our members, and it uses that data from the compensation and benefit report that we discussed already. Scrolling down under fundraising and finance support, first up is free access to GrantStation. This I'm going to show you a little bit about how you use. Basically, GrantStation is an online grants database that can help you find new grant opportunities. It is one of your largest M&A member benefits, so I would certainly encourage you to check it out. You have to come through our website and log in to get access to GrantStation, but then your access is granted free. So as you can see, once I logged in, I'm just clicking on through to GrantStation. Now I'm on GrantStation's page. You can see they have my name up here, so I know that I'm in the right place. There is a ton of information, really quality information from GrantStation available on this website. For instance, under this Write Proposals tab, you can really find out a lot about grant writing if you've never written a grant before. However, I'm just going to focus on one area today, which is the main aspect of what GrantStation is, and it's the Searchable listing database. As you can see under here, there's several databases to choose from. I almost always choose the U.S. Charitable database because it seems to be the most broad, but you can look into that as well. On the left, they include a lot of information on how to search and how to best use their search function. So again, take a minute to read through that, but I'm just going to show you. So let's say I want to find grants in Michigan. This is going to update automatically as I put in my search parameters, so it might look a little funky on screen. But I'm going to look for Michigan grants that support arts, culture, and humanities. And then all of these little arrows you can narrow down. So maybe I'm going to look for arts, cultures, and humanity that support youth. And I want to see if we have opportunities for, let's see, general operating support. Who doesn't want more general operating support? So as you can see over on the left, here are my results. I have 33 results. You can go through and look at all 33 records, or if that seems like too many, you can certainly work on narrowing down your search. But basically what you have over here is then profiles of each foundation. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to the Ann Arbor Community Foundation and see what I can learn about them. So as you can see on the left, they talk about what their grant focus areas are. On the right, they give lots of great contact information. They even have a primary contact. You can see they give $4.2 million on an annual basis, et cetera, et cetera. So a wealth of information about the funder that will help you make that decision of whether or not they're appropriate to fund your organization and if you want to spend time working on a grant proposal for them. Also up at the top, these yellow or these orange buttons allow you to save email information, make notes on it, et cetera, et cetera. So you have your own little dashboard in here that you can customize and keep a lot of information right within GrantStation. So again, GrantStation, one of your biggest benefits. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Now I'm going back to the MNA website to tell you about a few of the other MNA member benefits. You do have access to a 15% discount on the Foundation Directory. This is another online grants database that some people really like. So through your membership, you would receive 15% off. This Fun or Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits is it's a video series, about 6 online videos, pretty short, that give an intro to nonprofit finance. Maybe you're onboarding new board members or new staff members and you want them to know a little bit more about how nonprofit finances work. Refer them to this resource. It's actually pretty interesting. It was done with a CPA and an improv actor that make it pretty entertaining. You can access credit card processing discounts through Card Connect. So if that's a service you're looking for, definitely check that out. Under free and discounted education, we do have discounted and free events that happen periodically. This takes you back to the events calendar, which is on the MNA. You can link to it from the MNA homepage as well. Tomorrow, we will be in Royal Oak, if any of you are down there, for a networking event. We'd love to see you from 4:30 to 6:30. But that, back button doesn't want to work, but that is where you find MNA events. So going back to the Nonprofit Resources tab, we also do have a recorded webinar archive. As I mentioned, this webinar today will be recorded and linked to from here. There's lots of other great professional development webinars you can participate in there, so check that out as well. MNA, about 2 years ago, released our Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Assessment. This is a great way to kind of gauge how your organization is doing with these ideals from a policy and practice standpoint. So if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely make sure to reach out. I actually manage that program, so you can reach out to me directly. We also offer discounts from MindEdge online learning. And MindEdge, again, is online courses. This is a great way to share one of the benefits with more people on your staff who might be interested in taking an online course. You can see they have a lot of different offerings, from budgeting to capital campaigns to fundraising, etc. They're usually anywhere from the $79 to $150. So a great opportunity for some really low cost and easily accessible online learning. We do have a document library, which includes some common documents in the area of communications, volunteer management, etc. So you can check that out. We partner with All Campus to provide discounts on higher education. That's definitely a great opportunity to share with your staff if you're interested in that. This publication, Principles for Good Governance and Ethical Practice, is from our friends at Independent Sector. They're a national organization that does a lot to support nonprofits, and you can download this resource for free if you're interested in more about that. We've already talked about the management manual and links, so I'm going to scroll down to the next row. As you can see, we partner with some of the largest largest educational institutions in the state of Michigan. University of Michigan Dearborn provides a 20% discount on their tuition for members of Michigan Nonprofit Association. Oakland University provides a 25% discount on their Nonprofit Management Certificate program, which is pretty cool. MSU Executive MBA program provides a really cool scholarship to encourage nonprofit employees to become involved in their EMBA program. They're who are sponsoring our reception tomorrow night, so if you want to learn more, that would be a great opportunity as well. Davenport University offers a 20% discount, and New Horizons for computer learning offers a 10 to 20% off discount as well. I know we're right at 3:30. We probably have about 5 to 7 more minutes of stuff to tell you about. I hope you can stay on the phone. If not, you can definitely check out the recording on the website. Under Managing HR, we do partner with Nonstop Wellness. This is a benefit specifically for some of our larger nonprofits who have 50 or more people taking advantage of their health care benefits. It's a way that nonprofits can self-fund their health care. It's pretty unique. So I would check that, definitely encourage you to check that out if you're interested, and that fits the parameters of your organization. We also partner with Mutual of America, who can provide waiving the administrative fees for plans, for retirement plans of $1 million or less. So again, if that's a benefit you offer your nonprofit employees, you might want to check out Mutual of America. Already talked about the Job Center and compensation and benefits, so I'm going to continue to scroll down. Constellation HR is a performance and compensation management system. If you're someone who has to manage a lot of employees and do annual reviews and manage progress, etc., you might want to check out Constellation HR. Also, if you click here, there are a few recorded webinars that Constellation HR did for us that have a lot of great information just on best practices in that area, so I'd encourage you to check that out. Verified Volunteers is a discounted background check service. The unique thing about Verified Volunteers is they allow you to share the background check information with other nonprofits. So for instance, if you have a volunteer that's volunteering at the local hospital, but also with the local Girl Scout troop, if both of those organizations accept Verified Volunteers background checks, that can be shared among those organizations, saving everyone a little bit of time and money. Paychex offers Payroll Services. They offer about a 35% discount and also offer some great HR support for nonprofits. So check out Paychex if that's a need for your organization. Lyman and Sheets is a local organization that we work with who provides some really great resources on director and officer liability insurance. And you can get a free quote here and get in contact with someone who can really advise you on what your nonprofit needs is regarding to insurances and risk protection. We already talked about the next couple things, salary visualization and M&A tech services. Down at the bottom here is a section that we call Making Connections, and I'm going to turn that over to Mario to tell us about that and close out our webinar.
Yeah, so down at the bottom you can find additional information about Making Connections. The first one I want to go ahead and draw your attention to is our business marketplace. So M&A offers 3 different types of membership. We offer nonprofit, business, and career development. Because of this, we do have a variety of businesses, both small and large, that are part of our grander statewide network. The best way to get in touch with their information or maybe to reach out for services rendered is to access our business marketplace. It's part of your featured benefits. It's also a great tool to connect with services from consultants in the nonprofit sector that are looking to connect with you. The best way to go about doing that is putting in any kind of keyword, selecting a category of choice, or even narrowing it down by region and then hitting submit. As you can see, some information is readily available here. If you find one that you have interest in, you've got more information about that organization, that business or firm, and you can go ahead and find their contact information as well as their primary contact available there to make that connection. So it's a great tool for nonprofits to connect with business consultants. Another great resource is our nonprofit member directory. So much like the business marketplace tool, this helps you provide the contact information for all of the nonprofits that exist in our M&A network. So this isn't going to be the full list of everyone throughout the state of Michigan. This is going to be current members with us, but it's a great way to make that cross organization collaboration. If you want to go ahead and search by their name, search by county or organization type, it's a great opportunity to start building out a coalition if you want to have some collaboration on projects going forward, as well as just to make a contact in your area or maybe on the other side of the state that has a similar interest or services provided. As well, the nonprofit request for proposal distribution processing is another great feature. It's exclusive to M&A. And what this is, it's free to our nonprofit members. And essentially, if you come to us and say, you know, I'm looking to find insurance agency in the Southeast Michigan region, you know, what options are available? You go ahead and complete the application that we have here, which is just a submission form. You submit that over to us, and we'll get to work by distributing your information to all of those key businesses that have have identified services in the area of which you've inquired. So it's a great tool to get connected. Like I said, it's exclusive to M&A, and it's a great way to start building out relationships or to get in touch with business members that you're looking to get services from. So it's a great tool. As well, we have a list here of our trusted partners and resources. I won't open this up because depending on your browser, you either open up in a new tab or save as a PDF. And what this is a listing of all of the nonprofit, state and national organizations that serve nonprofits. You'll find things in there like the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. You'll find some basic contact information for the IRS national brand. And so it's a great tool to print out, have at your desk. If you have any questions about making those connections external to M&A, that's another great one with our trusted partners and resources. One more thing I want to go ahead and bring your attention to is we have a variety of advertising and sponsorship opportunities through M&A. And what this can do is we do have a considerable statewide following online as well as in person, and we have a growing online presence through social media. So advertising with us is a great platform to broadcast your unique or specific opportunities, any kind of upcoming events, any programming you have going, or just general opportunities. You can go ahead and become a sponsor of M&A and fill out some of the information here. As you can see some of the information there, fill out what it is that we ask of you, and then if you want to become a sponsor, we can go ahead and feature your sponsorship and opportunities you have through either links in our Job Center email or nonprofit e-newsletter. So this is a great way to utilize our network to broadcast your opportunities. If you have any questions about what, can go in here, my information is right here on your screen. Feel free to connect with me offline, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have specifically related to sponsorship. And then the last thing, certainly not the least, is we are part of, M&A is part of an 11 organization network of organizations throughout the state of Michigan that work to kind of fill those gap needs with resources, trainings, and webinars, and professional development opportunities, maybe that M&A doesn't currently offer. And so this is a great resource that I direct people to if they have questions for us that maybe we can't assist further with. I direct them over here to make connections with these nonprofits in this listing. As you can see, they branch out throughout the state, one in Grand Rapids, one in Ann Arbor. There's one, I think, in Kalamazoo and Marquette, all the way up north, Traverse City. So they really branch out across the state, and it's a great way to build those connections with additional nonprofits that provide gap resources. So if you have any questions on what's here, I would encourage people to check out the Capacity Building Center Network page under the Membership tab, and then go ahead and make those external connections with those nonprofits in that listing. It's a great way to strengthen our nonprofit sector, so we encourage you. That will bring us to the end of the webinar. We thank you for being on with us this afternoon, and welcome to M&A. Please do not hesitate to reach out directly to myself or Sarah if you have any additional M&A related questions. We hope you have a great rest of your day.